Yo.
Man, that was fast. It's back.
Yes, we back.
We back.
Yeah, that was quick.
What you do this week?
How
How's your week?
I worked. I
You
worked
work?
hard all
Okay.
week. Yeah, I worked
That's
hard
good.
all week. I hung out over the weekend with
Mm-hmm.
friends, and had fun.
Okay.
And what else did I do? That's it.
Sounds normal.
Yeah, actually, work wasn't that busy this week. It wasn't crazy, so that was
Okay.
always good. I was a little sick in the beginning of the week, but it's all good now. So,
You
how
fought
about you,
through it.
Coach? How was your week?
My week been busy since Monday. Season started on Monday, so we back at it.
Yeah. So how's
So
that going?
so far it's okay. This is day 4. So trying to get these young dudes to get in tune, get locked in, because the first game is right around the corner on the 24th. So
Yeah. So let
just
me ask
trying
you
to,
this: y'all do
yeah.
2 days? Y'all do morning and
No,
okay,
no, it's just one practice a day. We thought about doing 2 days on this coming Saturday, but we just gonna practice in the morning and then let those kids go watch the football team play in the playoffs. So
okay.
yeah, so that's what we doing.
Y'all ain't gonna work them too hard.
No, we know these boys want to watch the team play, so
Yeah, yeah.
we don't do that. Probably next Saturday it'll probably be 2 a day because we play on that Wednesday the 24th.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this your busy season.
yeah. This gonna be real busy from here on out. Yep.
Busy is good. Busy is always good.
Yeah, I like it like that.
Yeah. Well, before we start, I know we had guests the last 2 weeks, so we got a lot to talk about this week, but I do want to say thank you to our guests that we had
Yeah,
the last 2 weeks. Thanks to our homie Ron, aka Bossy. I said Bossy. Bossy.
Bossy, Ron
Thanks.
Shade.
Ron Shade. We don't call him that, but we gonna
No, we
call
don't
him the
call him that.
professional name for the podcast.
Right.
But
Everybody else call him Ron.
yeah. So we want to thank him. Definitely want to thank Leon for sliding through last week as well.
Yeah.
That was definitely a hilarious episode. But to our listeners and our viewers, if you haven't checked out either of those, go ahead and check them out, as well
Check 'em
as
out.
check out everything else. If you haven't, we on episode 15. So
15. Yep,
yeah,
15.
so if you just
1-5.
now checking, getting in, y'all can go back and scroll back down and check out our other episodes, and go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. So yeah, I just want to get that away before we get started, because like I said, we got a lot to talk about, bro, this week.
Yeah, we do. We got a lot to talk about because,
Yeah,
like you said, 2 weeks of guests. So basically, all we did was just talk to the guests, but
which was good.
it's okay.
We had some good interviews, so that was good.
We can catch up. We can catch up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So where you want to start, bro?
Let's just go ahead and talk about Mr. Kanye. I'm sorry, Ye.
Yay.
Oh,
Yeah, he changed his name.
He changed his name. It's Ye. I'm gonna call the man Ye. That's what he want to be called. So Ye did an interview on Drink Champs.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long interview. Probably was Nori's best interview. Probably that one. I would say this one with Kanye was really good. Buster was really good, and the one he did with 50 was really good. So, but this was his best one. Kanye was very opinionated and he was rambling, of course. But I got to be honest, the first 17, 18 minutes, I almost cut it off.
Why?
Because I couldn't do all the name dropping.
You know that's what Kanye do.
And he was just rambling too much. And I don't really fuck with dude like that anyway no more. So I almost cut it off. But
Yeah.
it was. You know what? I'm just gonna be honest with the interview. When he was talking about the music business part and working with different producers, I like that. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But the other stuff he was talking about, all that, I'm homeless. I'm living through my backpack. I'm
Right.
like a nomad.
Yeah.
All that. Like that's cool. You can say that because you're worth $9 billion, but for people out here, you don't be trying to live like Kanye. Okay,
Right.
that's he ain't homeless, y'all.
He ain't
Okay,
homeless. Homeless. He fake
right? He ain't
homeless.
homeless. Homeless. We know what homeless is.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I mean, it's good to hear him talk because sometimes he does say stuff. But I'm still not really like that a fan of his anymore. But he did say this.
What was the thing that that stopped you from being a fan? Or that kind of like outside of, I know a lot of people was upset with him with the MAGA hat, but outside of that, like what was like the start about coming back where he was like, I don't mess with doing no more.
That MAGA shit and
Yeah.
and the way I'll never forget that thing that when he visited Trump's office
Mm-hmm.
and how he was just up there talking about how much he loved this man and
Yeah.
had that red hat on and talking about how he wanted to be just like this man.
Yeah.
I was just like, this ain't 2004, 2005 Kanye.
Yeah.
Not the Kanye who I used to defend to the end of the earth, because you couldn't tell me nothing about Kanye West when he dropped in '03.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had all his albums, everything. So it's just that's when that old MAGA stuff fell out. Like I even gave him a pass when he joined the Jenner family and the Kardashian family. I was like, well, it's
I
coochie.
didn't.
I'm gonna give him a pass. That's his wife.
It's cool.
But he did say though, I respect the man. He was like, look, I'm still married, y'all. I ain't got no papers. I ain't seen no papers. She's still my wife. I thought that was like real. I'm with him. I'm like, hey,
Right.
that's how you feel. Hey, that's still my wife. I get it. Even though she out here doing her thing,
Mm-hmm.
we see that in the media what's
She
going on. But
always been doing her thing though.
she always been doing her thing. But Kanye trying to still, keep it like, hey, we still married, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But the interview was, like I said, the interview was okay. It was long, but it was okay. It wasn't trash.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna do that. It was. I like some of the stuff of the interview.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? I thought it was good too. I've always been a Kanye fan. And he gets on my nerve a lot too. That I mean, we can even before the MAGA hat, he was saying all that stupid stuff about slavery and the slave. Like Kanye is very intelligent, but he's always been a walking contradiction on a lot of stuff,
Yes,
right?
yes, a
And
walker.
I mean,
Yes,
as much as truth that he had in a lot of stuff that he said, like he always, like you said, he always got like valid points for most things that he's talking about. But then it's that flip side when I ain't even mad about him being a Republican or
me
nothing
either.
like that, or
Me either.
even just thinking differently. It's just to know what that hat represents to black, to black America. I mean, when we see that, it's just like, and for him to be so pro-black, it's just like, dude, how do
That's what I'm
you
saying.
could be a Republican, you could even want the things to make America great or
No.
whatever, without putting on a hat to most black people that's equal to just waving the Confederate flag. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but I did enjoy it. I liked I mean, like when you hear Kanye talk, it remind me. I'm nowhere near that level of thinking, but I know, like, you can tell that his mind is always going. Like you say, he ramble a lot, but I think it's ramble, but I think his mind is just always going. So I feel like he's trying to get something out, and then it's just like another thought popping in his head. And I think most of us are guilty of that to a certain degree. I know I am, where I'm thinking something, and then before I finish that thought, something else comes to my mind. So that's
Right.
why I think he rambles a lot. But I don't think he was medicated, which I think,
No. I don't think he's
I think
medicated.
that works in his favor, because even though people that are like bipolar or deal with certain kind of, you know, mental illnesses. While that may help them as far as not rambling and to get their thoughts together, it does kind of steal from your personality. And so I don't think we would have got that Kanye that we saw if he was on some kind of, heavy medication.
Definitely.
But it was good though. Like I'm glad he went to Nori. Like like he was saying on the interview, like you're like my Joe Rogan, even though he's done Joe Rogan. But I thought that was cool that one of his first interviews he's done in a long time that he went back to somebody that's a part of like the hip hop culture. And it was good. Like if you watch Drink Champs, you like we do, I thought it was good for Nori because Nori talks so damn much, but he actually. He did good with the interview as far as just filling the questions and then shutting up, But
he let him talk.
He do, which is fine.
Yeah,
but you could tell that Kanye was comfortable too. Like it was a different kind of I don't know. He just seemed more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I think somebody had said I ain't seen Kanye teeth that many of his teeth in shit forever. Period. Probably.
I haven't seen Kanye. I haven't seen that Kanye. I haven't seen that Kanye like that since he used to be with Jay.
Yeah.
That was the old Kanye.
Young. Yeah.
That's the old Kanye what we saw.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was good. I thought I liked that part when he was talking about Dame. He was talking about people being their business and like this is a family thing and we gonna all, just saying how he'll never be broke as long as he got money, So I thought that was dope. I like what he said about you can see that he still has like, even though him and Jay they always get into it, but you can tell it's still love. Like it's a brother, big brother thing. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of sense that even more so that even through they back and forth that it's always that's his guy, that's his big brother, and he respects him in that way. So. Right. I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a good interview.
He's still, he's still trying to, be cool with Drake. I don't think Drake having it.
I don't think Kanye is, to me, Kanye will get on them interviews and say that, and then like behind closed doors, like I was gonna say behind closed doors something different. Case in point, the whole Big Sean situation and Just Blaze and Tyler.
That was weird.
So when he was going crazy like that, I thought that was probably the only bogus parts of the interview.
It was odd. It was odd.
Cause when he was talking about Big Sean, then Big Sean came back with receipts the next day, like, or the same day, like, dude, we was just together. Like
we was just together.
Chill out.
He didn't mention none of that to him.
Right. That was your worst signing. That's a big thing to say.
But Big Sean used to write for Kanye.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, where did that come from, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
He
said that was the worst signing the worst
ever.
I'm like, what made that the worst? So maybe it's some other stuff we just don't know about that he didn't really get into, but that was strange. Even if we didn't know, even if it's something that we just don't know about, the fact that y'all was still together though, and you ain't say nothing like that's still walking contradictory stuff. Like
even with Blaze calling him a copycat.
Yeah, like, that was stupid. I thought.
I'm like, okay, whatever. What if he is a copycat? But dude, you was just trying to get him to be on your album.
Right.
You just asked him. You just reached out to him and asked him to, do something for your album.
Right. Now you trash him.
You know what I'm saying? Now you trashing him. Like that's just weird to me.
Yeah. 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 It was good. But it was still some of those. It was a true Kanye. What you would expect, I guess, from him.
It was a true Kanye interview.
It was a true Kanye interview, which you get your nuggets, you get your gems, and then you get that BS. That's what you BS. Get
Kanye. He came with it.
Yeah.
All that stuff talking about. He was saying how old girl from Balenciaga used to work for him.
Yeah.
And all that. I'm like Kanye, man. Like, why, bro? Why'd you have to bring that up? What that have to do with anything?
That's that ego thing. He always got to feed, And then that part when, like he was talking about with Kim and still being married. Like I always, not that I don't care about him marrying Kim Kardashian. It's an image thing, and it's one of those just things that feed Kanye.
His ego
because
he's a narcissist.
He's a narcissist, but I remember before he even got with Kim Kardashian, it was like I remember him saying stuff like, I can get the most popular woman in the world. And I feel like that's the only reason why he with her. Like, just because she's Kim Kardashian, and he
got her.
He wanted to be like, I got Kim Kardashian.
Yep.
You know, but everybody got her. So what is it really? What are we talking about? But okay, if that's what you need for fuel, then go ahead. But yeah.
He on the show, he talked about all the stuff he's doing, the school he opened up in his mom's name, and all the things he's involved with. And I thought it was a great point. Something he shared, that he told Nori he can't say no to anybody.
Yeah.
He was saying how, like, if somebody comes to him and says they need this, they need that, he gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna go to one of my 80 bank accounts. Which one you want it from?
Yeah.
And to me, I can see that with him.
I can see that too.
Because he's emotional.
Yeah, I can see that
too. I can see that, and I can see where, being the Chicago dude in him, it's like, man, okay, I did this for you, and now you're gonna go ahead and go against me, or like, he emotional about this.
Yeah.
Just like with the whole Drake and Buddy and Kanye's buddy who did the clothing line. What's his name?
What's his name? Virgil.
Virgil. Yeah, that whole thing. That shit hurt him.
Yeah.
Because he was going through that little beef with Drake.
Yeah.
And then Virgil over here doing his thing with Drake.
Yeah.
And I felt him on that, and I get it.
Yeah. That's what I said. Kanye, he's a walking contradiction, but I understand. He just wears his emotions on his sleeve a lot. But I could, like you said, I could see him being that person that's always saying yes, because he kind of acknowledged that too in the interview too, bro. When he was talking about how that part of him that likes to do for philanthropy stuff, that comes from his dad, so if he grew up around that, I could see that's probably why it's just like, it's hard for him to say no to people, because he's a people pleaser, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna watch it again, and I actually, it's a part 2, right? I didn't
drop part 2 comes tonight.
Okay.
Part 2 is gonna have Larry Hoover's son on there.
Okay.
Because Larry Hoover's son was actually there during the interview. So that's like part of the reason why he wanted to be on the show, because he wanted Larry Hoover's son to get on there and talk about all the things they're trying to do for his dad, to try to get him out of prison, X, Y, Z. So I think it's going to be I think part 2 should be good. My thoughts with that is that the powers to be, the people who really make stuff happen in this world, are not going to let Larry Hoover get out of jail, get out of prison. And just my opinion, but I feel like Kanye is trying to do all this, and he's got people trying to help get this done. This is when you open up a can of worms with powerful people that you might not want to. And if them people want you to be quiet, them people want you to sit down, they will do something to make you sit down.
Right.
And, Larry Hoover, Jeff Fort, they in a federal prison doing real time, because that's where certain people want them at.
Right.
If they couldn't kill them, this is where they want them at, powerless. So, I mean, I get the whole movement, free Larry Hoover. I understand all that, but he's not going to be pardoned by any president.
Yeah.
Nobody. They're not going to let him out.
I don't see it. I think some people like Kanye too. Like, I don't know how much of it is truly that they really want to see Larry Hoover get out, or if it's more to kind of, align himself with street people, you know what I'm saying, to kind of give him that kind of street cred or whatever, or to make it seem like, his Chicago connection, and, just trying to solidify that. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't follow, the movement like that with Larry Hoover. I know who he is, obviously, but I don't, it's enough. I'm trying to say, I don't know what they think is going what he's going to do with Larry Hoover being out of jail. Like, he's not going to stop crying. He's 100 years old. He's not going to stop these little shorties from doing what they're doing because it's too much of a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So while it's, while it may be some people think it's unfair about him being in jail and stuff like that, that's one thing. But thinking he's going to come out and whip these little Chicago boys into shape, that ain't never gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen, and you're stupid if you think that's gonna happen because
these boys don't listen to nobody. They don't listen to nobody. They don't know. I mean, that level of how when we grew up, when they had that little when gangs and stuff, it was like a respect thing, and it was levels to it. It ain't no structure. That structure been gone because maybe because the likes of Larry Hoover and everybody else that was over them gangs, all of them went to jail and they kind of left it at a wild, wild west. But, I just don't,
the structure was set up to the point where, you couldn't kill nobody unless you were told to.
Right.
You got the okay.
Oh, they don't care now.
You couldn't get a gun unless somebody okayed it.
Right.
That was the type of structure. And before it went to that level, there was a sit down.
Yeah.
With whoever you got a beef with.
Right.
That's how it was back then. But now, no, man. If they see you walking out of LA Fitness at 1:30 in the afternoon, that's where they're gonna get you at. That's where they're gonna get you at.
Yep. They do that. They really conscienceless.
For $2,500.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's a whole different thing. Like, that's why I said, like, wow, there may be a thing, maybe, getting him out, it's just good for him, his family, but, if they think it's gonna make a difference with these shorties in Chicago, it's just not. That problem is too deep, and somebody like Larry Hoover, who's just like
and he's old.
He's an old head. You know what I'm saying? They don't.
He old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't even care about people our age. They definitely don't care about people. Larry Hoover. He's like a myth. He's like he's a mystical figure. They don't know him. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, it's but I am gonna watch the interview though. I'm gonna see what they're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it because I want to see what his son got to say.
Yeah. I think that's
I know his son has really, really been trying to, this movement, and I don't blame him. I mean,
it's his daddy. I get it.
He said his father has never been around for any of his accomplishments.
Yeah.
None of that. So I understand. Like, he wanna get his father out of jail. You feel like his father has paid his dues to society. So we'll see.
We'll see.
And speaking of society, I don't know if you've been watching this trial with Kyle Rittenhouse.
I've been watching bits and pieces of it, unfortunately.
It's I try to have faith in the justice system.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always feel like at some point, you're supposed to just deal with the facts when it comes to justice.
You're supposed to.
But when I watch some of this trial, man, and I just look and I just see like how this guy he's been coached to say exactly what he said in the right way. And it's no shock to me that his team has asked for a mistrial.
Mm-hmm.
It's no shock because they know that he does have a case for self-defense. They know that under that law up there.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is this judge is an asshole.
I was gonna say, bro, to me, this case started off with BS with the jury selection, first of all, with it being one person. They already dropped somebody who made a racist comment.
Made a joke.
And we just know that area anyway. Wisconsin is heavy racist anyway. So to get a jury of peers, those are his peers. Those are his racist peers in Wisconsin. But the judge already came up on BS, which, he has a history of a long history of corruption, which it just pissed me off. Like that's why I don't have faith in the justice system. That I'm gonna be honest. I don't have faith in the justice system because the people like that are who have the power to make or break somebody's life, you know what I'm saying, and make a just decision. This dude was just, his phone just went off. What was it?
In the courtroom.
Today, in the courtroom. And he was playing the song that was Trump's, you know, that to me, that just lets you know where they mind at, dude. I mean, that alone, I'm like, this already setting up for a case of, like you said, self-defense. And they may get him on something like having an illegal gun and things of that nature. You know, so that's what they're going. He's going to get charged with the lowest thing, and he's not going to get charged for murder. Like,
no,
he up there with the crocodile tears, and I'm just like, you know, that's when I'll be like, I don't believe in the justice system, but you know, sometimes street justice is just like, I hope he get it. And I don't like talking like that, but
I don't like talking like that either.
I feel that. I feel because I get it's upsetting. It pisses me off because He's 17 years old when he did this, which means you still a kid, which means your parents is freaking trash. That because you was raised that way. Like most 17-year-olds, if you got that kind of hate and you got that kind of stuff in you, that I mean, it's not that early. I mean, that means that you were raised around that. Yep. And his mama the one who brought him to Wisconsin. So she should go to jail. But you know, if that was a black mama, they would have put her in jail for taking her son there, and they would have found something to put her in jail. Like, this is a sidebar, but like that lady who's her kids, she left with her daddy. That mama, that black lady, all 5 of her kids died in the fire. Yeah, and they trying to charge her with neglect and murder for all her kids when she wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do to black people. But this mama brought her goofy ass son with a gun brought him to a riot. And it's just, that's the other thing too. It's the wording that they say. Like, they say things like, they don't want to call them protesters, like that. Oh, the rioters, oh, the looters. They want to say all these things to incite like a certain image. And that just pissed me off about like the media and just like it just goes to show you just
the
how
media is the devil,
man. Just how messed up this world is, man. And just like he don't even, this little boy is 17 years old and he don't freaking have a clue. You just but you want to be so trigger happy because that's what they talk, bro. Like the gun is, they hold that so near and dear to their heart because that's what their power is. That's been their power since they brought slaves to America, right?
The gun.
It's the damn gun. And if they can't have a gun, they know they ain't nothing without it. And so they teach their kids to do that from an early age. It's 9-year-olds that probably can shoot. That's why when they shoot, they don't miss. He ain't shoot random people in the crowd. No. He shot the person that was in front of him, who he felt was, coming.
They know how to shoot.
Yeah, they teach them how to shoot.
They know how to shoot. Yeah. Yeah. So it ain't like, that's why I say, like, if it was to be a war, like a lot of us don't know how to shoot, and our kids don't know how to spray. That's why our kids shoot anybody, because our kids don't know how to shoot. They go into they do a drive-by and shoot everybody but the damn person they're trying to hit. But the person, they know how to pick you off. And they learning. They learning with AR-15 rifles. Yes. They learning with assault rifles. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like they know how to shoot. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I want. That's what be making me upset. And I'm just like you said, if it was a war, we'd be even with us thinking we're more powerful in stature. If we trying to fight the gun, that's a losing battle because we ain't trying to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. So yeah, but I tell you what, if I had some kids, they're gonna be trying to shoot. Period. Yeah. Because we're gonna do this together. Like, I'm not. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. That's just it just pissed me off. But like you said, it's the society that we live in, and it's privilege. It's the privilege. It's privilege. We see it. We see it with Rittenhouse. We see it with this goofy ass quarterback in Green Bay named Aaron Rogers.
He been wait. You know, Aaron Rodgers always been borderline saying, you know, goofy stuff as long as I've known him to be, you know, he's been popular in the NFL. So it don't surprise me that he, the stuff he was saying this weekend, as soon as something bad happened, he's talking about the woke mob coming after him. No, fool, you the one who lied about having a doggone vaccine. That was you.
Yeah,
When the woke mob, it was you.
It was you. And not only did you lie, you get on dude's show and you say all the things that are unfactual about the virus, about the vaccination, everything.
Yeah.
So what do you expect people to do?
Right.
But see, when you live a privileged life like he does,
right,
he feel like I can say whatever I want to say.
He can.
And I know that I'm going to have people who going to ride with me. I know I'm going to have people who's supposed to ride with me.
Right.
That's how he looks at it.
Right.
Because what he said, what he said was irresponsible.
Right.
It was irresponsible. And the nerve of him to say, well, you know, I talked it over with Joe Rogan. Who the fuck is Joe Rogan?
He no freaking doctor.
Is he a doctor?
Right. And here's the thing, I don't even have a problem with him if you don't want to get a vaccination, that's absolutely your right. You don't have to.
That's fine.
But you go through the same thing that Kyrie going through because he don't want to get vaccinated, which is his right. But Kyrie losing money. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And he was honest about it, and they crucified him. Now this dude talking about he what did he say he was?
He said he is immunized.
Immunized is what he said. He said he's immunized. I'm like, okay, me too. And again, I don't have no problem with nobody who don't want to get the vaccine because, again, it's still too much for me personally that we don't know about it, right? And I understand people who hesitant with it because if they feel like, okay, it's still some people dying from it, if I get it, it don't really help. That's their right. But you got to go through the same BS that everybody else going through. If you don't get it and the NFL say everybody has to get it, you should be sitting your ass down.
Well, period. You know, or just say, no, I didn't get the vaccination.
But they're saying no one didn't get the vaccination, and maybe they'll make other arrangements like what they could have been doing for Kyrie. You got to get tested maybe every day. I don't know what that looked like, but at the same time, you know, you should have just been honest about it. You know, that's the only part I didn't. I'm like, you was like feel sorry for you so much. You're getting attacked. That's your white privilege, your white little ego that's being bruised right now.
And it's guys like him. See, what makes me mad is guys like him act like you don't have people, science and specialists who do this stuff for a living. Right. You got like these people just sit at a desk and play TikTok all day. You have people that's dedicated 2 years of their life to try to find a way that people can go back to living normal and not die. Right. Like you had people who literally put their lives on the line to try to help get a vaccination. A Black woman that they don't ever talk about was one of the ones who created the vaccination. Not the Pfizer one, but the other one. Moderna. Yeah. So, I mean,
that's the one I got.
it's people who smarter than Aaron Rodgers. It's people who smarter than Joe Rogan.
Absolutely. And bro, I'm not pro-vaccine. I'm not either one. I'm not either way. I'm for you to do whatever you're comfortable doing, but don't try to get around what the NFL said and then once somebody feel sorry for you because like I said, if he was any other color, this whole story would be different. You know what I'm saying?
They killed Cam Newton. They killed Cam Newton about it. They killed him.
That's my point. This whole story would be different if he was of the color. He got the nerve to say some stupid stuff like the woke mob after him. Nobody wake up. The woke mob ain't woke up thinking about you. Period. No. They ain't wake up thinking about your ass.
Aaron, they got on your ass because you lied.
Because you're a liar.
You lied. They got on your ass. Yeah. It was on your ass because you lied.
Because you're a liar. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. You lied. Yeah. You told people that you were immunized, and nobody from that, who followed the team, that beat writers, nobody followed up with a question like, so
what does that
which
mean?
vaccination did you take? That's why.
Yeah.
You kept it the same all year long until what happened? He tested positive. That's when you realize Aaron was like, well, shit, I'm finna just keep playing, woo.
Yeah.
I'm cool. He wasn't gonna say nothing. But when he tested positive, he probably was like, oh shit.
Right.
Because that's the thing. Like I was trying to tell people in the locker room group, when you test positive in the NFL, the unvaccinated players have to sit for 10 days.
Right.
If you test positive and you vaccinated, you come back in 3 days as long as you have a negative test within 48 hours.
Right.
That's why when they gave him 10 days, that's why everybody was like, he must not be vaccinated. Right. And then that's when everything started rolling.
Right.
That's when people was like, oh, he lied.
Right.
See?
Right. Right. And then now you want somebody feeling sorry for you. No, sir. First of all, you a cheesehead, so you definitely not getting no sorry from me.
True that. I really didn't care. But true that.
Yeah. So
you a cheesehead, but he got caught. He tried to go to the NFL in the off season with some type of regimen, some type of antibody he found or talked to Joe Rogan about. He tried to go to the NFL and say, well, I can use this. The NFL was like, no.
Right.
No.
And bro, again, I'm somebody who I'm for alternative health. As far as alternative, not alternative health, but alternative ways to heal your body. Everything doesn't have to be what the doctors say. If you found another way that you feel comfortable with, that you believe is beneficial to you and your family, I'm not against that. But if we all gotta play these rules, then you play the rules that everybody else doing. It's just, I don't think it's just not fair. And maybe it's a thing for the NFL too to think about, is to say that, okay, there's a group of people, not just NFL, professional sports, period. Everybody does not want a vaccine. We have key players that we need on the field for our teams, for our image. Okay, what can we do to accommodate those people that have alternative ways to treat themselves? And I think that's something that maybe their unions can go back and say, okay, it's something to talk about. But in the meantime, while they already have this stuff in order, if you're going to be a part of it, it's unfortunate. You got to play the rules, but at the same time, then that's something that he could take up with the team and with his agent and with with union and say, listen, I don't think it's fair that we forced to take the vaccine and we got alternative forms of treatment that have been beneficial and work for us, because he might have caught COVID, and then he may not be as sick, just like if he had the vaccine from whatever he's taking, supplements or whatever, to keep him healthy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it's just the fact that you lied about it, and that's the part that
And not only he lied about, here's the thing. Here's what people have to understand. He caught COVID. He has to be away, because if he spreads that shit to other team members, you can't risk forfeiting games.
Right.
They're not going to have that.
Right.
They're not going to have a cancellation of a game.
Right.
They're not going to do it. So this is
why.
The
other team, if we're talking about the vaccine, if the other teammates are vaccinated, they should be good.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know. We won't know who's vaccinated until it comes out. We got to sit out 3 days or 2. That's how we know.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the fact that he was going around acting as if he was vaccinated, like, I wonder how many of his teammates did know. I wonder how many didn't know. He was dapping up everybody on the sideline after the games.
Right.
Like people have to understand. Yes, you're vaccinated, but you still can spread it.
Right.
You can still spread it to somebody who's not vaccinated.
Right.
Or you just don't know.
Right.
So what the NFL is trying to keep, and remember, they collectively bargained for this. The players agreed to this protocol. So he knew about it.
And that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna agree to it, then you're gonna agree to it. If you don't, then that's another conversation that you have with the NFL, your agents, the union, and you go from there. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, so the next year or in the summer, if it's something you don't like about the protocol, any player, bring it up, have them change it.
Right.
But until then, this is the rules.
Right.
This is the rules. So they looking out for that almighty dollar.
Right.
They do not want to cancel a game.
Right.
Because half of the fucking offensive line is on COVID protocol.
Right.
They don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah.
And again, this is the world we live in now.
Right.
This is just what it is.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. I just, he's just a goofy. So, and I just had a problem more so even with him just being unvaccinated. That is what it is. But it's his comments that he be saying, like his interviews, like this dude is irritating me.
Wait, we missing one stupid ass thing he said. The MLK quote.
Oh,
that he got wrong,
bro.
That he got wrong,
bro. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the I forgot about that part. That's the part that really pissed me off. How the hell you gonna quote MLK and wrong? But really, did you quote MLK for your COVID defense? You know what? I'm done. I hate that.
That's privilege.
I hate
that privilege.
Because for you to say it out loud, bro.
Yeah.
You in a locker room with a whole bunch of black boys, and you can say that out loud and think it's okay. Like that's how disconnected you are from reality, and how much privilege you have to say that and think you're okay with saying it.
The two not even comparable.
He's not.
Like Martin Luther King Jr. was hit in the head, stabbed, put in jail. He was fighting for equal rights.
Yeah.
But bro, you just got COVID.
And we're talking about, again, you are a millionaire that can have a choice to do whatever you want to. Yeah. We're talking about black people 50 years ago still trying to fight for the right to drink out the same water fountain. That may I add, don't nobody want to drink after y'all nasty ass anyway, but I digress. No one wants to use the bathroom behind people that don't wash their hands, but I digress.
Oh God.
Don't get me started, but
no, I don't want to get you started.
I'm just saying, but this wasn't that long ago, and you quoting MLK, who was fighting for a whole different thing, and we're talking about whether or not you want to get, vaccinated or not, or whatever, and you make millions, dude. Miss me with that. Nobody feels sorry for you.
Nah, I didn't. No. And when he said that MLK quote, I was like, where's Dr. Umar at? Where's he at? Because this is
clown, man. That was just goofy. That was just.
It was goofy.
That was goofy. Yeah.
Did you we got our TV shows back. So
it's been a lot of good TV.
Let me ask you this though. What you think about Insecure so far?
So I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. The first 2 episodes were kind of slow for me.
Okay.
The first one was okay. The second one was definitely like blah. I felt like they kind of just fast forward. I know they're trying to fast forward a lot and put a lot in this season, but I felt like with Molly cutting her hair, I wanted to see that process of how she got there. Like the first episode, they showed her with the wig on, with her, still rocking that. And then the next episode, they just showed her, with her haircut. But I would have wanted to see that process of how she got to that, I guess you can call it a liberation or whatever, to where she wanted to cut her hair. I would have wanted to see a little more of how her and Issa mended and just got back to the point where they got, cool. But other than that, it was those 2 episodes were a little stuff. Now episode 3, the Lawrence episode, baby, yeah, that was a emotional trigger. Honestly, that was emotional trigger because it made, and I hope guys that watch it see. I see this with a lot of women that I know that have kids, and they have this, what Condola was going through. I've seen it, and I hear women talk about that all the time, who's raising kids by themselves. Not saying that the dad is not there, but the dad comes in for an hour or 2, sprinkle a little, have a little fun, go home. He go about his business, and then he think he did something, and that's fine, whatever. Not, it's no disrespect to those dads, but they don't see the struggle that the mama who's working every day, she don't get a break. She don't get a break. And then the day when you supposed to get your kid, you don't even give her enough time to even change her plans. You give an hour before you're supposed to be coming to get your baby. You text her, you working. Now she made plans for the weekend. You know, she made plans for the weekend, but now she got to change them because, you know, he's not picking up his part of the bargain for that weekend. So it just made me, to be honest, like it just reminded me, not that I don't know, but it reminded me why I was like, I tried to always avoid being in that situation of, you know, I have avoided it thus far of, you know, stuff happen. You be with somebody, it don't work out, and y'all go separate ways, and y'all co-parent. You know, it is what it is. But really, to be in a situation where y'all ain't even together, y'all wasn't even together when you was pregnant, and then to really experience a whole pregnancy by yourself, like that's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with emotionally, and that's something that I never wanted to / don't want to go through. So it was, like I said, that was a trigger because I was just like, I've seen that in real life, not just TV. I've seen that in real life, up close and personal, and I know that struggle that women have. And I was glad that they showed that, because that's the realness of what it people think, you know, baby mamas and baby daddies, and it's, you know, they think they see they see a little bit of the drama, but they don't really see like the severity of it, and then just how taxing that is on women and men too. Because on that flip side, Lawrence is a new dad, and I do believe his intentions are good. Like, I do believe his character, he would be a person that he genuinely does want to be there for his child. So and he don't know what to do. So, you know, it was a good dynamic I felt that they showed that was really real, and I know a lot of people that saw it that felt like they could relate to it. So, but so far that was the best episode for me.
What I noticed about episode 3, after episode 3, I noticed on Facebook that there's a lot of people I know that's going through this co-parenting thing.
Yeah.
Because I saw a lot of people express, basically saying like, man, episode 3 hit home.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a lot of those Facebook statuses.
Yeah, me too.
And, you know, I've always, when I've grown up, I always said I did not want to be a baby's father or a baby daddy. Just for that simple fact of what we saw in episode 3. Because I did not want to be like out of the loop.
Yeah.
I don't even like being out of the loop with non-father parental stuff.
Right.
So I can imagine being out of the loop that I don't know what's going on with the baby. The baby's sick.
Right.
This, that. Like I couldn't be out of the loop because co-parenting just looked like it just wouldn't work for me. And in this episode, I kind of understand Lawrence's frustration.
Yeah.
He's like, well, damn, it's my baby too.
Right. Absolutely.
And he's like, I want to be involved, but I also understand, and I know this, a mama is going to want their baby. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That baby was attached to them for 9 months.
Yeah.
It's a lot of emotional stuff involved with it, physical stuff. So, and I understand that.
And
but
you wasn't, and in her defense, he wasn't there. He wasn't there for 9 months. So you want to just come in and be super dad. You know, she dealing with a lot of emotions. She dealing with that emotions of probably feeling abandoned during her pregnancy. And then just, you know, she ain't get pregnant thinking, this is going to be my life. You know, nobody goes into that thinking, you know what, I want to be a single mom. I want to experience pregnancy by myself. Nobody wants to do that.
And it wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned.
They didn't plan that.
They didn't plan it. It was something that happened on both of their ears. You know what I'm saying? So it was a life changing thing, as he said. You ruined my life, or you changed my life, or whatever.
Changed my life. Yeah.
You know,
I
it
mean,
is what it is.
he said that. He said
Yeah,
that. You
that's what
changed my life.
I got both sides of. I got both sides of what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
You know, while she up with the baby, Lawrence in the room, he in his crib,
Getting
got
it
the little
on.
chick, he
Yeah.
getting him some box, and
that's how it
she
is.
She up with the baby because the
That's
baby
how it is,
don't
though,
want to
bro.
go to
Real
sleep right
life.
now.
That's how
real
it is
life.
in real life. That's how
Yeah.
it is in real life. You know, the mamas is with the babies, and then the daddies is doing them. You know,
Yep.
and that's not all dads, because I definitely know a lot of great dads that may not be is very close to equal time with their co-parents, whether or not the child may live with the mama. But I know daddies that pick up their kids from school every day. They have their kids on the weekends. You know, they're going to football games and basketball games and cheerleader things. Like, they're very, very active, because like you said, they don't want to not be in the know. And so there are a lot of active dads that have to co-parent, that, you know, they ain't just coming in for an hour and
Right.
you know, doing that and then going back home and
going back home.
Know, they doing that. And even if you can't be there all the time, like physically, if you and the mama's not together, again, there are some dads that they're active in a sense that they call their kids every day. They check on them, you know, send them text messages or whatever. So it's definitely, I'm not a dad basher, because I'm a daddy's girl. So I'm always rooting for the daddies. But you know, I do, that dynamic of what she was going through that's a real reality, more so unfortunately than the other things that we see. And it was I was glad that they, you know, kind of.
It's a good episode. It was better than episode 2. Like
Definitely.
episode two, I barely even remember.
Yeah, they could actually just forget. They could have just left.
That's how bad that was. Like
yeah,
it was bad.
It was blah for real. Yeah, it was.
And you know, and now Sunday's episode is supposed to be, they going back to Issa and what she's going through with her career now and the whole Molly thing. So we're gonna get to find out about that dynamic again.
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch it, because I want to see how they're gonna end up everything. I still think a part of me, they're probably gonna have Issa and Lawrence back together in some capacity, but I think that just from hearing Issa talk, I think that even if they get back together, I think they want to show the realness of how couples go through stuff, and it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? You may see them together and they happy now, but they went through a long stretch of drama, before they got to where they at. And it's not happily ever after, don't always look like that for everybody. It's a lot of bumps in the road to get to where to where they are. So that's my show. I've been loving Issa since Afro Black Girl. So
Me too. That's when I first saw.
Yeah, I want to see what they're gonna do with the show. So I'm still gonna watch it.
It's gonna be. I think the show's gonna end with a bang.
Yeah, me too.
Like I think it's gonna be like some bombs drop, a happy ever ending type story or whatever. Somebody's gonna get their heart broke. I think it's gonna be all in one.
Yeah.
On the season finale. I don't know. I just caught the first episode of Dexter. Because that's back.
I never really got into Dexter.
Yeah, he's a little. It's different. It's a serial killer that no one knows about.
Yeah.
But this new Dexter that they released. It's different. I gotta get used to it. What else is out there that's been on TV? I finished the Wu-Tang series.
Oh, that was good.
Well, that was good. I'm looking forward to the new season that they renewed.
Yeah.
That was good. I like how that ended.
Did you watch Colin on Netflix?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
I fell asleep. So far, I like it.
Yeah. I finished it. I finished the whole series. I really enjoyed it. Like, I thought just how they filmed it. It's different. How I liked how they put like real history facts into it. And related, like the stuff that he was going through, just with historical events. And yeah, that was deep. And I like that. I think I like how they showed how he loved his parents, but then
he loved his parents.
He loved his parents, you know, because they adopted him. But then he also showed the reality of, you know, being a black boy with white parents. It's not like different strokes. You know, it ain't like what's the other one? Webster. You know what I'm saying? And we see this. It was some real, you know, dynamics that you have to deal with as a black male.
Yeah, she's trying to braid his hair and shit.
But she didn't want him to get his hair braided.
She didn't want him to get his hair braided.
But that's, I could see that. I could see that as being real, bro, because, you know, from her being like Lily White, from where they came from, and then what she appeared, what she think is thug, you know, but that's that's real though.
Listen, I want all my white homies who watch the show and rock with us. You cannot call a black person with braids a thug. Okay, that's just like calling them the N-word.
Yeah,
I want to put that out there.
Yeah,
and Colin put it out there in this film because he wanted people to know that's what his parents thought of other black boys.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he said that he didn't get his hair braided again until he was an adult. You know, and that just goes to show you how a lot of, even Barack Obama talked about that in his book.
He sure did.
That when you're mixed race, when you know that people see you as black, but just when you growing up, and if you don't have that black male figure, you know, to help you navigate as a black man, you know, sometimes that struggle, you know, they struggle with their identity for a long time. And sometimes it ain't until they get into college where you're a little more free, you a little more exposure, that, you know, you come into your own, which I think that's what happened with Colin. Like, people be like, oh, now he grew up with white people, now he, you know, he pro-black. Well, that's because he was around black. He wasn't around that. He wasn't exposed to that. And once he got into you know, in an environment where that was introduced to him, it probably resonated with him. Like, I've been feeling this whole time. I just didn't know how to let
express
it out. I didn't know how to express it. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's just showing his journey of how the confusion he went through as a teen, and then, you know, this is what you got now. So I enjoyed it. I hope they do a season 2, because this was like mostly his high school years, and so I hope they do. The episode he graduated, so I hope season 2 maybe they'll capture his college years. You know, that should be good.
This is Ava DuVernay. She directed.
Yep,
right?
She did. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, right. She's. I like her. I like her style of directing.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna finish it up. I probably won't get a chance to do it this weekend because we'll be out of town. But I'm gonna make sure I finish it up. Probably Sunday when I get back.
Check it out, y'all. If y'all ain't watching, check it out.
What about BMF?
So far, BMF been good, bro. I was so thirsty. Okay, so I know that they put episode 7 up, and then they took it down. So I searched all through YouTube until I finally found a bootleg version. So I kind of saw it, but I still didn't see it like I wanted to. So I didn't watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until this Sunday to get it. But that's been really good.
Okay,
that's been really good.
I decided not to watch it. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna wait till it comes back.
Bro, I tried, but you know, it was so horrible. It was a horrible bootleg. So
it was a horrible bootleg.
I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a horrible.
Well, you know, that episode before they took a break, you know, my man Lamar, he had that classic line.
Oh,
you can't stop the rain. You can't stop the rain when it's falling.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey, that's some cold psycho stuff, boy.
He's a complete psycho.
He's a psycho.
He's a complete psycho. It's so funny. I didn't know that he was from England until I saw him.
Yeah.
I heard him talking. I'm like, man, it's these English boys. They doing it over here.
They coming over here getting jobs.
Yeah. They did, but you know, he's doing a great job at it. And people, like, you know, I know people be having like they feelings about why they have to get you know, they had to go over to why it's a lot of American actors, you know, they can do but shout I feel like, to me, I look at black as black. Okay, black is black to me, and they just black Great Britain. They're still black, and I'm glad that they got a job too. So that's
I hate the dude, Lamar.
Okay, but he died.
I don't know if I want him to die though, cause
he keeps the storyline going,
Man, he keeps the storyline going, and he hate them Florida boys.
Yeah, he hate them
light
boys.
He
always calling them light skinned, and
he hate them.
Light skinned.
and the thing about it, like when you do the research, that his character is based upon a real character, different name, but they had the same beef.
Yeah.
With Meech and his brother.
Yeah.
Back out there in Detroit. So this story is good. I mean, he had to stab old boy, the little shorty.
That little boy, I know. Yeah, that was.
He had to stab the shorty.
That was bad. Yeah.
Now, when the shorty died, all I kept saying was, he ain't gonna never get no pussy. Like he got the die version.
You so stupid. That's why would that be in your thought pattern?
You know what? Listen, we should name the show that. He got the die version. This is the reason why I was in my thought pattern. Because I was his age once before.
Yeah.
And I know how he wanted a kiss. And then, he was feeling old girl. That was probably going to be his first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then Lamar pull up on and stab shorty.
You stupid boy.
I was salty. I was so salty,
you
man.
Stupid.
I'm like, he got to die, and he ain't gonna never see no pie of the pussy. I'm like, man, no pie, son. Man, but that last episode was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
They damn daddy is crazy.
Yeah, but I understand. I understand how he feels as a dad. But he I think he kind of like not misguided, but he a little off in some of his thinking. I think that's it's not unfair. I think of some of his thinking.
And the mom, typical mom, she loved boys, but she hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's too like it's funny how they feel like that they can't say Meech, but that Terry, but Terry wanted to do this. That's what they don't understand. Terry's
the mastermind.
Right.
Yeah.
Meech tried to keep him out of it, and Terry wanted a part of it. So
he wanted to be with his brother.
Yeah, Meech didn't really want him in it.
Like everybody know, black mothers will go to the very end of the earth
for their boys.
For their boys, and she was willing to do it. You know what I mean? She tried to hide everything from their daddy. When Meech came over there and paid the mortgage, she didn't want their dad to find out. That's what moms do. Yeah. Moms have that love for their boys. Yeah. And it's just what it is. And you can see it. You can see it in this show. She loved both of them. Right. But Terry broke her heart. Yeah. Yeah. Terry the one that broke her heart though. Yeah. Because she thought that he was the good boy. Yeah. She thought he was the good one. And I think the dad knew that Terry was doing some stuff, but he just couldn't have no proof. Right. But mom was like, "No, not my baby. Yeah, baby, not my baby. Baby out there. Baby out there. Your baby done seen a whole bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, baby planned a whole bunch of stuff. So and hey, old girl gotta die, Joe. Kato, she gotta die. You know what? I don't think the real Kato died though, bro. Like I know her real name wasn't Kato in real life, but the lady that she's playing, I don't think she died. So I don't see Kato dying. She didn't die? I don't think so. Man, I think from what I was reading, the real person, I don't think she died. Okay. So maybe it's gonna be a situation where at some point she gonna turn on Lamar and she gonna off him maybe. Well, I just want her to go because she about to mess up the whole empire. She got my man sprung. I'm about to say, no boy, he sprung. He's gone now. Open, so he can't think right now. Yeah. He think he chief now. Yeah. Yeah. He can't think right now. He can't think right now. My man Meech gave him his brick. Yeah. Terry didn't want to do it. Remember, Terry was like, for what? Right. For brick for what? Terry had me roll. He was like, I'm going to give him something, all right, but there ain't going to be no brick. Right. He going to pay for it. Yeah, he going to pay right. So I want to see how that story going to play out, too.
Yeah. I'm ready for Sunday. So
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for Sunday too.
I'm ready to see Insecure, and I'm ready to see BML.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. When I get back Sunday evening, I'm gonna put my feet up. I'm gonna watch all that stuff until I fall asleep.
Yeah. Now, did you watch The Harder They Fall?
I fell asleep.
You so old, dude.
I fell asleep.
You fell asleep like an old
fell
ass
asleep.
man, huh?
Listen, I'm going to be completely honest. Westerns, I'm not into them.
Me either.
But this is an all black cast, so
I'm gonna
I'm
challenge
going to
you on
watch
this.
it.
I'm gonna challenge you on this because I hate westerns, right?
Okay.
I never been a fan of the westerns that they show that we grew up on because they highly racist, right? They're very racist. So I never understood because they, those westerns that we still see, Bonanza and all them, like they always, try to show the natives as, savages,
beneath them,
and then they always got the black people on there. Oh yes, sir. Let me pick up your. No, I don't like that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like this one because it's a western based on real people, right? So let me just say, because those people that watch that people that are history buffs gonna be like, well, the characters in there in real life, they was something different. That people who made the movie, they have acknowledged that. They said that it's based on real people. But they created a story around these real people just to bring these people who are real to life. So if you want to, when you watch the movie, everybody that's listening, it's not like history based on, these are events that actually happened. This is a fiction story, but the characters are real. So if you want to know who Stagecoach Mary is, you can go to the library and get a book and find about her. Or
use your Googles.
Use your Googles. You can find out about Bass Reeves, Cherokee Bill. Look them all up and get their real stories, right? So I enjoyed it because it was all black cast. I love seeing black people in positions of not so much even just power, but even back in that day, like, history movies always want to show, they want to start at 21 years a slave or however many years slave. That movie, those movies have their place in history, I understand that, but it's so much other stuff that about black people that we don't show. They don't show these parts of, they don't show black cowboys on their word, black cowboys.
Right.
And that's what pisses me off about the one-sided history that we see. So
that's a good point.
You know what? It made me think of, it's kind of like, so my grandma, my grandmother, my mother's mom, which is probably my grandmother that I spent the most time with, which, but as an older adult, I wished I would have, because I love history and I love knowing my history, and I wished I would have spent more time asking all of my grandparents, like, just their childhood stories. But just a little quick story, just when I was watching the Western, it just made me think about my grandma told me, she was telling me how they grew up, like they own their property. And she was saying how they grew up, it was like white people white people all around them that was poor. It was like a lot of poor whites. And she was saying it was them, and they lived like close to some natives, whatever. And so she was telling me, she was like, but my daddy had my daddy was a bad man. She was like, he had, not bad like bad. She was like, he had guns.
I know what you mean.
She's like, he had rifles, and she was like, he's like, them white folks will come try to steal our food, from our garden. She said, my daddy get that shotgun, and they she's like, he'll shoot them off. She said they was all scared of my dad. So when I was like watching these gun scenes, it just made me think about, like, picturing my granddad, like, just being just like, don't come over
with
here, like,
but with a rifle.
But yeah, with a rifle, and just like, this ain't what you want. But it's just funny, like, knowing history, because I'm like, when my grandma told me that, it's just that you get to just kind of feel like how you are the way you are a little bit, and why I think, because that's how my grandparents was. But it's a good story, y'all. It's written really well. I think I'm gonna watch it again because I really enjoyed it. And let me put that disclaimer. I'm like you, bro. I ain't really for Westerns, but it's a good story behind it. The acting is really good. And I just love seeing Black people, you know, it's not even a movie that's trying to so much even exclude white people. It's just, this is another story that they don't show about us. Like, you know, they don't want to see Black people that actually had balls, and they actually don't. There were a whole bunch of towns outside of Black Wall Street of Black people that lived well, that were doing well for themselves, and they wasn't waiting for white people to come save the day. You know what I'm saying? And we don't see enough of those stories because they don't want us to feel that power and that and get that, you know, now what's that? What I'm saying? Just that joyous feeling that you get when you see that. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage everybody to watch it. And if y'all do watch it, y'all comment. Or if you've seen it already, y'all comment, let us know y'all thoughts. But
yeah, let us know what y'all think about it.
You get your old ass up and watch it, bro. Don't you you watch it.
I may have to watch it in the morning. I have to watch it in the morning.
It's good, bro. It's good. It's a good storyline. It's a good storyline. Yeah,
I'm sure it is, because it's got everybody in there I like. And you know, I love me some Regina.
Regina.
King. I love me some her. So anything she do, I'm probably gonna watch.
Yeah. So y'all check that out.
I'm gonna check it out. What else is? I think something else is. The new Wonder Years.
I love that show.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah. I love the one. I liked the Wonder Years when it was out when we was kids.
Me too.
So
Me too.
Yeah, I do. I like the Black version.
This is nice.
Yeah.
We need to we need to watch that show and support.
Yeah.
It's written very well.
Yeah. Bro, I like to see all the stories of Black people because we so colorful. BMF is real Black people, right? That we see. The Wonder Years is another segment of Black people that we see. The Harder They Fall is depiction of real Black people. The story about Colin is real Black people. It's so many different stories.
Real Black people.
Insecure.
I like that. Real Black
people of our generation, right? So
yeah.
I hope I'm glad to see so many different stories and not pigeonholed into always got to see the shucking and jiving. Like these are real stories written really well, directed with great by well-known people. Some of them we don't know, but it's just good to see us in they always think white people are one-dimensional. No, we have so many stories. We're not all the same.
We got a whole bunch of stories.
We everywhere. We all different. We black, but we different, and it's good to see so many different versions of us on TV. So I'm feeling TV right now because for a long time I'll be watching reruns, bro. I'll be honest with you, but it's some good TV out now, y'all.
Well, it's fall now, so all the shows out.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on Power Book, Ghost Power Book to
that's coming up. Yeah,
next week, right, or the week after. One of them.
I think it's somebody was saying that's why they had pushed the episode.
Well, 50 said
they were trying to align it with the other show.
50 said they told him, to hold off on this episode so they can, launch Ghost Power Book. He was like, cool. He was like, fine. Then he said them fools put the episode out there and then took it back.
I saw his little troll post.
They don't. Hey, Stars better be careful because you don't want to lose him.
Oh yeah,
he got like 3 of the hottest shows that network has ever had.
He's Tyler Perry for the hood. So you don't want to what Tyler Perry is to TNT or TBS and BET with their shows is what 50 years to Stars. So they don't want to mess that up.
Stars better be cool. They better be cool and not blow
they better figure it out.
Because he'll take that shit to Showtime.
Oh yeah.
And Showtime will probably give him a bag.
Oh yeah, Showtime or HBO.
Give him a whole whatever he want to do, a whole bag.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they better be cool, man.
Oh yeah, they better.
So what about before we wrap up, let's just talk about this music thing. What you been listening to?
So I've been listening to a few things, bro. For me, I don't know about everybody else. Music is so much music that I don't appreciate it the way I should, the way we did, because it seemed like every week new stuff come out, right? And so when you finally listen to something, it'd be like 25 songs on there, and then before you can even get to appreciate that one, somebody got something else. So it's been so much going out where I've been listening, but I don't think I've been listening to dissect and really pay attention. Like, for instance, I did listen to Summer Walker a couple times.
Yeah, that ain't for the male chromosome.
It's not for y'all, but it's not.
No,
I don't think it's for women my age either, though. I just, when I was listening to it, I realized, I'm like, this might be a little bit out of my age bracket. And not that what she's talking about is not, that's a heartbreak is not age specific. We all go through that, but I don't know. Maybe that's the language in it. I couldn't connect with it because I don't know. I gotta listen to it again. Not that I think it's produced well. The music sounds good. What she's talking about is real. And I think younger women who going through that probably can, feel her a lot more than I can. Even though, I got my own heartbreak stories, but I just think probably the way she's saying it, I probably wouldn't be saying it as a, 40-year-old woman. But that was decent. Did you listen to it though, or did you have to listen to it?
I did.
What you thought about it? What's your thoughts?
I'm a 42-year-old man, been married for 16 years.
Yeah.
I know she had bad breakup.
Yeah.
I know dude, according to her, dude was a mofo.
Yeah.
But it's for females, to me, 25 and under, or even 30 and under.
Yeah.
Because what she going through is what a lot of people who say that the dating pool is full of piss.
Yeah.
So I just can't relate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the production.
Absolutely, me too. Yeah.
I like it, but you ain't gonna see me in the car like, damn, girl, yeah, girl. Like, you ain't gonna hear that. And not for me. It's for women.
Yeah.
It's strictly for women.
I guess it's her version of, like Beyonce had her Lemonade.
Lemonade,
This is her version of that.
This ain't Lemonade.
So
this is red Kool-Aid. Shit, this is
stupid. That's a good. That's a good analogy though, bro.
That's all that's the best way I can put it.
Yeah,
the Sierra's prayer thing, that little joint.
Yeah, it's
an anthem now.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that a few episodes ago about
it's real now.
Yeah, and now people really getting to hear it, and then I've been seeing a lot of dumb memes regarding it, but we talked about that already, so I ain't gonna go back.
Yeah, I seen that on Twitter. Yeah, I seen that. What about the Silk Sonic? They're
my boys. I think
man.
They are like
they got it,
bro. They like the perfect. Them two hooking together. That's like peanut butter and jelly. I'm telling you,
they got it.
I know some people look at what's his name? Bruno's like a culture vulture. I don't think he's a culture vulture, but I do think he's a culture appreciator, but that's me personally. But I think those two, Bruno and Anderson, they, like I said, they're a perfect match. Like, because I love both of them, and I love both of them because they're both musicians, and I think musicians, they just, when you can sing or rap and then you play instruments, you just have a whole different ear for music and when you put it together. And this one they just released, what is it? Sipping out the window, looking out the window, whatever it was.
Looking out the window,
yeah. That even the video was just so dope, and the way Bruno came in saying this beat, man, that cracks me up every time I listen to it. He felt that beat in his stomach.
Bruno has figured it out. He figured it out.
Yeah.
He's found a way to attach himself.
Yeah.
To some of the greatest pop hits in the history of music. And now him and Anderson, they just got it right now.
Yeah.
And that album is gonna do so many streams.
It's gonna be good. Yeah.
That tour is gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah. I like it too. The other reason I like it because I like old school music, and I like them. Some people try hard to do like, you know, to get an old school sound. But I think because, like I said, they are actual musicians, they don't have to try hard because they already know, they appreciate old music. They really dissect, you know, they dissected Motown. They dissected, you know, those Stevie Wonders and those, you know, people who actually, Michael Jackson, Prince, they dissected those people. Now your little fur baby making her appearance.
Yeah, she just jumped up here.
Mine is sleep. She didn't make her appearance today. Y'all can't believe that.
But it's amazing though how Bruno Mars, you can tell he studied the greats.
Oh yeah, he's always said that. And like I said, I love that song, and I think the video was even better. And I can't wait to get the a full album. The Skate song to me was just a filler to kind of like put something out there until they put their next big one out there. But I think they got something on their hands. I think they a perfect combo for each other. And I hope once they do, you know, they put this album out together, I hope that they do something separate too. Like I still want to hear Bruno music, and I still want to hear Anderson. Like I think Anderson is just underappreciated, and I caught the Anderson train late, but when I jumped on, I was like, I'm not getting off this mud. This dude got it. He's super dope. He's really
dope. He got it.
Yeah.
And I jumped on the Anderson .Paak train late because of that joint he did with Jasmine Sullivan.
Which one?
On her album, on her last album.
I know. I thought it was on his album.
No, it's on her album.
Okay.
It's that joint. I forget the name of it, but
I think
doing the rap.
I can't think of the name
that's
right now.
cold.
Yeah.
That's cold. I jumped on it.
Well, anything with Jasmine, because that's one of my top 5 favorite singers. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, I know you love.
I love Jasmine. Jasmine's my girl.
But she's dope though.
She's dope. Yeah, they was a good combo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. And like I said, I can't wait to see the album come out.
Did you mess with Wale?
I did, because I love Wale too. Wale, he's, I don't know if he's underappreciated. I think he is a little bit. People forget.
He is.
People forget about Wale. They act like he ain't got hits on hits, you know. And then,
but I told you why though. Why they do him like that? Because he always crying.
Because he emo.
Yeah. That's why. That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
Other than that, Wale can rap.
Yeah, Wale can rap. He always. He's always this last one that he had, but not this one. The one he had a couple of years ago, I think it came out 2019. That's probably my favorite Wale album. Can't think of the name of it for nothing, but that one was full of hits from beginning to end. The one that he had the Kelly Price song on there. That was just a I can't think of the name of it, but
I like Wale, but he needs to get him another Lotus Flower Bomb.
That was
single.
good. I mean, but
I get him one of them.
That I don't think he got one of those on this album that he got now. But I think it was I think it's a solid piece of music. I gotta listen to it again. Listen to it twice. Obviously that Sonic on the radio with him and what's the boy? You know what I'm talking about? Poke It Out.
Damn it. Damn it.
What's his name?
J. Cole. J. Cole, yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, that was decent. He had a couple other ones on there. I thought that was decent. He had the one, what's his name? I didn't really care for the one with Jamie Foxx. A lot of people love it. It's okay.
That was okay.
Yeah, it was just okay. I didn't
okay.
really.
It wasn't trash. It was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't trash, but I didn't really relate to it. I think I liked Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
And which one else on there? Did I like I like the Tiffany Nikes. That was a pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty. And I like New Balances too. That was pretty dope. But yeah, I gotta listen to that again. Like I said, the music, it be so much coming out so fast that I'll listen and
real fast.
Yeah, it's like normally back in the day we used to just, we can listen to an album for a long time and then before something else come out, but they pull it out every week. So, I want to revisit it and then listen to it, for real. But it was decent. I wouldn't say it's a miss. I think it's solid.
It's not a miss.
No,
it's
it's solid. I think if you're a Wale fan, you will like. You ain't gonna be like I said. You may not put it in his his top categories, but I don't think it's bad at all. I don't think it's bad at all.
No, it's a solid album.
Wow, that's crazy. That was the album. Wow, that's crazy.
That's the album. Yeah,
that's
wow,
my
that's
favorite
crazy.
Wale album.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, I see you a Wale fan. Okay.
Yeah. I like Wale. You know I like the brown skin boys.
No, he dog.
Yeah, I love dark. No,
that
I love
nigga
dark.
was dog. Ain't nothing brown on him but the shoes he wear.
Well, I love Wale because he always shout out the sisters and he always showing the sisters love. So
he always show the sisters love.
Yeah.
He sure do.
He got one of my all-time favorite, like one of his songs is Bad with that girl Tierra singing. That's one of my
that song. Songs. Have you ever listened to the words of the hook?
It's me.
For real?
Yeah, I can relate. Yeah.
That like the hook got me.
I like that because I can't relate. Unfortunately, like having that like
I've never made love. Like she said, I've never made love.
Yeah, I know what that is.
That hook is cold. Yeah, that hook is cold.
Yeah, but she know how to. I ain't saying I do. I'm just saying.
But but she says she know how to do other stuff.
Yeah. But I get that. I mean, I get how people can. I get that feeling of being disconnected. You know what I'm saying? And saying you never made love, I feel that way. So I get it.
Well, we got to say that for another podcast.
That's a whole other podcast.
But we're gonna bring another female on for that type.
We'll bring some more girls.
Yeah,
who
for
can
that type of conversation.
Yeah, that'll be a good show, bro.
Yeah, that will be a good show.
Yeah,
real good show.
Yeah.
Well, so you gotta do some shouts out.
Well, we always got to shout out. I got out my shout outs in the beginning with the people that we just had on the show. I want to thank our other listeners, everybody that's been commenting and saving. And sharing. I appreciate that. Our numbers on Apple are going up, so y'all keep listening.
Yes,
y'all keep listening and keep subscribing and keep sharing. Yes, so appreciate y'all.
Appreciate that.
Also, Elite Cigar, thank y'all.
Yep.
We appreciate
y'all.
Elite
Chicago Cigar.
They got a weekend special going on right now. So y'all go on to Instagram, check it out, reach out to them and take advantage of their weekend special they got going on. So
they got some dope hoodies. Some dope hoodies too, y'all.
They do. If you got a boo that loves cigars, it's your time to hook it up. So go ahead.
Hook it up for them.
Go ahead and hook your boy up.
Yep, hook them up.
Yeah. That's all my shout outs, bro.
That's it. Yeah. I got one shout out to my brothers at Reasonable Ignorance Podcast. They listened to the last two shows.
We gotta get together with them too soon.
They got a lot to say. They got a lot to say. So we definitely gonna have to put this together.
Yeah.
Get them on the show so it can be crazy. It can be crazy.
Y'all all crazy and all y'all together.
Yeah, it can be crazy. It really can. So, yeah.
Definitely check them out.
And go Bulls, see Red.
See Red in this joint. I'm so happy for my Bulls. It's been a long time coming. We've been pathetic for a while, but you know what? I love our team. Alonzo Ballin, Zach, DeRozan. Yeah, it's exciting. I can't wait to go to some games. It's a shame I ain't go to no game all last year. Well, we had COVID anyway, but
COVID.
But before that, I don't think I went to no game in 2019. So maybe one.
Fun to watch.
Maybe one, but you know what? We better get tickets soon because the price finna go up.
You already know, like my man said in the wire. Oh yeah, the price of the brick going up.
Oh yeah, the price is about to go up. They already up. So let me go ahead and get my tickets before they be sky high.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, we'll be back next week. Thanks to everyone for listening. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Yeah.
And, leave a comment. Please leave a comment. Keep leaving those comments on YouTube. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all are following directions.
Yeah.
You're no longer texting us.
Yes. Some of y'all comments. Still texting me and DMing me, but that's okay.
But that's okay. we appreciate the love. Keep leaving those YouTube comments. We love YouTube comments from real people.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah,
I'll leave it like that.
Yeah, we have some robots that come in there every once in a while, but we want the real ones to say something.
The hell with you bots! Get the hell out of our stuff.
Yes, because I'm going to delete you.
Right, exactly.
All right, y'all. Well, we thank y'all. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.